Hello students, today we are going to study class 10th chemistry chapter 4, that is carbon and its compound. In this chapter we are going to study about covalent bond in carbon compounds, versatile nature of carbon and homologous series. So first of all we are going to discuss what is covalent bond and how it is formed and why carbon is so versatile in nature. So before starting the chapter, let us discuss about what is compound. So first of all, let us discuss what is compound. So I think children, we have already discussed in junior classes what are compounds. So when two or more elements combine to form, they form compounds. That means two or more elements, they combine and they form compounds. So there are two types of compound, organic compounds and inorganic compounds. So let's start with the carbon, properties of carbon. So all living structures are carbon based. The earth crust has only 0.02% of carbon in the form of minerals like carbonates, hydrogen carbonates, coal and petroleum, and in the atmosphere as 0.03% of carbon dioxide gas. So carbon is found in the atmosphere inside the earth crust and in all living organisms. Carbon is present in fuels like wood, coal, charcoal, coke, petroleum, natural gas, biogas, Mars gas, etc. Carbon is present in compounds like carbonates, hydrogen carbonates, etc. And carbon is found in free states as diamond, graphite, fullerenes, etc. So let's start the bonding in carbon. Which type of bonding in form is carbon? So carbon form covalent bonds. So the question is, what is covalent bond? So covalent bond formation involves sharing of electrons between bonding atoms which may be either same or different. So children, that means when bond is formed by sharing of electrons, it is known as covalent bond, and electrons can be shared either of the same or different atoms. So let's study about covalent bond. The atomic number of carbon is 6. Already we know. I think you have discussed in class 6, the atomic number of carbon is 6. So its electronic configuration is 2, 4. So it has 4 valence electrons. It can attain stability by gaining 4 electrons, losing 4 electrons, or sharing 4 electrons with other atoms. That means it has 3 options. Either it can lose 4 electrons, either it can gain 4 electrons, or it can share 4 electrons. It does not gain 4 electrons because it is difficult for the 6 protons to hold 10 electrons. So this option is not able to, this is not valid, and it cannot hold 10 electrons. So it does not lose 4 electrons because it needs a large amount of energy to lose 4 electrons. Again, second option, losing of electrons. Again, this is not possible as it requires lots of energy. So it shares 4 electrons with other atoms to attain stability, resulting in the formation of covalent bond. That means carbon had started sharing the electrons and they formed covalent bonds. Since carbon atom needs 4 electrons to attain stability, its valency is 4 and it is tetravalent. So formation of covalent bond. So sharing covalent bond is chemical bond formed by the sharing of electrons between the atoms. So depending upon the number of electrons shared, there are different types of covalent bond: single covalent bond, double covalent bond and triple covalent bond. So the sharing of one pair of electrons results in the formation of single covalent bond. Sharing of 2 pairs of electrons results in the formation of double covalent bonds, and sharing of 3 pairs of electrons result in the formation of triple covalent bond. So let's study the formation of single covalent bond in hydrogen molecules. Students, see the structure. The atomic number of hydrogen is 1. The atomic number of hydrogen is 1. So its electronic configuration is 1. So it has 1 valence electrons. So it needs 1 electron more to attain stability. That means it requires 1 more electron. So 2 hydrogen atoms share 1 pair of electrons. So 1 more hydrogen, they start pairing 1 electrons, resulting in the formation of a single covalent bond. See that diagram, children? See that formation? Next is formation of double covalent bond and formation of triple covalent bond in nitrogen molecules. So the atomic number of oxygen is 8. So its electronic configuration is 2 6 है ना. Its electronic configuration is 2 6. It has 6 valence electrons. So it needs 2 electrons more to attain stability. So 2 oxygen atoms share 2 pairs of electrons, resulting in the formation of a double covalent bond in oxygen molecules. Here see the structure bache. Oxygen is having 6 valence electrons. So 2 oxygen atom, they started sharing 2 electrons and they form double covalent bond. Now formation of triple covalent bond, the atomic number of nitrogen is 7. So electronic configuration is 2 5. So it has 5 valence electrons. So it needs how many electrons, students? Yes, it needs 3 electrons to gain stability. So 2 nitrogen atoms shares 3 pairs of electrons, resulting in the formation of a triple covalent bond in nitrogen molecules. See the arrangement, how they are forming triple covalent bond. So here we can see the formation of double, triple and single covalent bond. So what are the properties of covalent compounds? The bonds within covalent molecules are very strong, but the particles have no electric charge. There are only weak forces between the molecules. This explains their low melting and boiling points. They are usually gases. Their melting points are low. They are poor conductor of electricity. They do not dissolve in water except hydrochloric acid, and they dissolve well in organic solvent. So what is allotropes of carbon, or what is allotropy? So it is a phenomena by which carbon exists in various physical forms. It is a property by which carbon exists in various physical forms. They are known as allotropes. So carbon has 3 allotropes: diamond, graphite and Buckminster fullerenes. So let's study about the structure of graphite. So in graphite, each carbon atom is joined to 3 carbon atoms by strong covalent bonds to form hexagonal rings. The various layers of the carbon atom in graphite are far away from each other, linked by weak forces. As graphite has sheet-like structure which are held together by weak forces, making them soft and slippery. And graphite is a good conductor of heat and electricity, because in graphite, out of 4 valence electrons, only 3 are involved in covalent bond. Very, very important, children, ki why graphite is a good conductor of heat and electricity? Because out of 4 valence electrons, only 3 are involved in covalent bond formation. The 4th electron is free to move, due to which it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Let's study about the fluorines. So it is allotrope of carbon, which contains 60 carbon atoms joined together to form spherical molecules. It is just like football. There are 20 hexagons and 12 pentagons of carbon in 1 molecule of Buckminster fullerenes. It is dark solid at room temperature. So let's study about diamond. So it is in diamond, each carbon atom is linked to 4 other carbon atoms by strong covalent bonds. The 4 surrounding carbons are at the vertex of the regular tetrahedron, which makes it a very rigid, and therefore diamond is the hardest known substance. The 4 surrounding carbon are at the vertex of a regular tetrahedron, which makes it a very rigid, and it is the hardest known substance. All the 4 valence electrons are involved in covalent bond formation. There is no free electrons. Student, listen very carefully. As there are no free electrons left, as a result, diamond is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. As all the 4 valence electrons are involved in covalent bond formation, there is no free electrons left. As a result, diamond is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. So next, start with the versatile nature of carbon. So why carbon is so versatile? Why carbon is so versatile? It is due to the property of catenation. So what is catenation? The property of atoms of elements to link with other, forming chains of identical atoms, is called catenation. What is catenation? It is the property of atoms of element to link with another forming chains of identical atoms is called catenation. So carbon exhibit catenation to maximum extent because of strong carbon-carbon bond and tetravalency. It is due to the catenation and tetravalency. So due to the property of catenation, carbon atoms can form various types of straight chains. That means carbon can form straight chains, branch chain and ring structure, thus giving rise to the large variety of compounds. So what is the reason for the versatile nature of carbon? Due to the property of catenation, carbon atoms, they can form various types of straight chain, branch chain and ring structure which give rise to the large variety of compounds. See the structure beta? Chains हैं, branched and ring chain. Now formation of multiple bonds. Due to small size, carbon atom is capable of forming multiple bonds with other carbon atoms. This further give rise to the large variety of compounds. See the tetravalency of carbon. Now what is homologous series? A series of compound with similar chemical properties in which members differ from one another by additional CH2 group is known as homologous series. So what is this homologous series? It is a series of compounds with similar chemical properties in which members differ from one another by CH2 group. And they are having similar structure and chemical properties. They are having, ठीक है? So homologous series क्या है? It is a group of organic compounds having similar structure and chemical properties in successive compounds differ by CH2 or 14 AMU. What are the characteristics of homologous series? Every member in the homologous series can be represented by a common formula. Members of the same homologous series can be prepared through one common method. Every member differ from other by group CH2 which has the relative mass of 14 mu, and member of the homologous series have the same chemical properties.